Good morning, everybody, and welcome to PANJIM Gymkhana ground for BANDODKAR T-20 League. Today is the second day of the competition, and we open with the clash between GENO Sports Club and DEMPO Cricket Club. DEMPO won the toss and have elected to field first. This is the team lineup of DEMPO Cricket Club. Snehal Kauthankar, captain. Kinanwaz, wicketkeeper. Then the rest of the team is Harshad Gadekar, Malik Shirur, Azim Kazi is the outstation player, Divyang Hinganekar, the second outstation player, Manish Kakode, Yogesh Kauthankar, Vikas Singh, Jai Ahuja, Jagdish Patil, and Mukul Kasana is the 12th man. GENO Sports Club, who played their first match yesterday and went down to Salgaonkar Cricket Club, they have made one change to their team. Pradnesh Gaonkar is in the starting 11, while Savio Kalko is out of the playing 11. The team, Samar Dubashi is the captain. Samar Dubashi is also the wicketkeeper of this team. The team is Aryan Narvekar, Shivam Amonkar, Atul Yadav, Deepak Khatri and Ankit Chaudhary are the two outstation players. Mohit Redkar, Gaurish Kamri, Amulya Pandrekar, Pradnesh Gaonkar and Rutvik Naik. Vinay Sawant is the 12th man. Aryan Narvekar is the batsman on strike. And Shivam Amonkar is at the non-striker's end. To start the proceedings for DEMPO, it's the experienced campaigner Harshad Gadekar from the Mandavi River end. This is the first match for DEMPO Cricket Club at this year's Bandodkar League T20, whereas for GENO Sports Club, this is a must-win encounter. Santosh Govekar, the umpire, is all set to play on, and there we go. The umpire at the square leg is Vaman Mayekar. It's a bright morning here at the PANJIM Gymkhana ground, and we are having the full complement of overs as opposed to yesterday morning when it was a truncated match due to delayed start. Play and a miss for Aryan there. Some movement for the bowler early in the day. Harshad Gadekar, a very experienced Goa Ranji Trophy player, knows all the tricks in the trade to get the best in the air as well as off the pitch. In their first match yesterday, GENO were bowled out for 98 runs. Of course, it was a 15-over match, but their batting didn't click and they lost wickets at regular intervals. The management would be hoping they do better and put out good amount of runs on the board today. That's a couple of runs for Shivam Amonkar. He has been among the runs in the recently concluded Goa Premier League, which of course GENO Sports Club went on to win the 3 days competition. They have good quality in the side. Of course, they are missing their captain Amog Desai. He's not available for this competition. So at the end of the first over, GENO are 4 without loss. Divyang Hinganekar, one of the outstation players for DEMPO, he is start the bowling attack from the road end. And the left-handed batter Aryan Narvekar will be on strike. This is the second over of the day. This is the power play in progress, and in T20s, a power play is very, very crucial for the batting side, wherein they take maximum liberty. To play their aerial shots in particular. But here GENO have got off to a cautious start. They haven't yet taken the aerial route and the runs are coming in ones and twos. The score moves on to 5 with that single for Aryan. Divyang, being a left-arm pacer, his deliveries are going across the right-hander here. Shiva Mamundkar playing watchfully. He was trying to give Divyang the charge, but then he decided to go for a cautious shot and a single added to the total. Both batters are trying to get their eye in before they take some risk in acceleration of the score. Very good bounce and carry there for Divyang's effort. So that's the end of the second over. And GENO have moved on to 7 without loss. Good looking shot there, upish cut. That's a really good fielding effort there, right on the edge of the boundary. 2 runs to Aryan and GENO. Good fielding there by Divyang Hinganekar. That's the first boundary of the day, and Aryan uses the uppercut to good effect, using the bounce and a bit of width to free his arms and gets the first boundary. That will give him a lot of confidence, and that's also the intentions being made clear by GENO that the batters are now going to play freely. The boundary also triggers a change in the field position, and Divyang moving a little finer in the third man region. Beautiful shot by Shivam all along the ground. That's a very classical drive there, square drive, in the square point boundary. There's some momentum building now for GENO. 18 without loss, and we are in the third over of the day. Another boundary there. GENO's total moves on to 22 in 2.5 overs. It's a thick bottom edge of the bat from Shivam, but never mind, 4 runs are welcome, and this is what GENO needs right now. That's the end of the third over, and the score for GENO Sports Club has moved on to 22 without loss. Shivam Amonkar is on 11 and Aryan Narvikar is batting on 10. Harshad Gadekar has gone for 19 runs of his 2 overs. Now continuing the attack from the road end is Divyang Hinganekar, who had conceded 3 runs in his first over. This is good batting by GENOs. They are trying to make the most of every delivery. If not a big shot, at least a single, and that's the ideal strategy for the GENO batters. Another boundary, this time from the bat of Shivam. It's just a single, beg your pardon. So a single added to the total. That's the first wicket down for GENO Sports Club, trying to force the pace. Didn't get the hold of his shot, and his Shivam Ammonkar is departing from the crease. Snehal Kautankar, the captain of DEMPO Cricket Club, taking that catch. A low catch, good effort there in the field for DEMPO. So Divyang Hinganekar gets the first wicket of the day, and GENO are 25 for 1 in 3.5 overs. Gaurish Kamri is the new batsman coming in at the fall of the last wicket. That was of Shivam Ammonkar. So that's the end of the fourth over. Only 3 runs came out of this over, and Divyang also took the wicket of Shivam. So good over there for DEMPO Cricket Club. So at the end of 4 overs, it's 25 for 1, GENO Sports Club, having been put into bat by DEMPO Cricket Club. Change in bowling for DEMPO. It's Azim Kazi with his left arm orthodox spin to begin operating from the Mandavi River end. Aryan Narvekar batting on 12 is on the strike. Good fielding effort by Jaya Ahuja. One of the very important departments of the game is fielding, and in T20 its impact is very much evident, noticeable, because the margin of victory is more often than not is of very few runs. That was a really good shot down on the knee, and that's a really beautiful boundary on the square leg region. So that gives the batsman a lot of confidence. Gaurish there, swinging his bat and timing it beautifully. GENO move on to 30 runs. This is the 5th over in progress. It is very important for the batters to pick the gaps. A well-timed shot in the gap is what every batter looks for. And if one has the ability to pick the gaps at will, then the batter can go on to score big runs. Good running there by GENO batters, and they have taken every available single in this over. It takes the total to 33 for 1 at the end of 5 overs. Jagdish Patil has been brought into attack from the road end. So that's the second bowling change for DEMPO. Jagdish has a very smooth run up and approach to the wicket and looks a really good bowler. I have seen a lot of him during the Premier League also, where DEMPO were the runner-up. Lot of emerging talent in the fast bowling area for Goa of late, and that provides a lot of interest, or builds a lot of interest among the cricket loving fraternity here in Goa. Not just in bowling, a lot of talents coming up in all the departments of the game. Tried to play a big shot there, but misses the line of the ball completely. Aryan Narvekar there. This is the final over of power play. So the batter looking to take big risks as well. Good shot. This shot comes off really well for Aryan, and that's a boundary. A strong connection with the ball and good timing is what is required for the batsman to get maximum runs. And hitting it over the bowler's head is almost always going to get boundary or a sixer because there are hardly any fielder there, and this is the power play. That's good delivery by Jagdish and a dot ball. The bowlers always try to outthink the batters and bring in subtle changes to their length and line when they know what the batsman could be looking for in their next delivery. There was the example of that. This time Aryan gets the better and brings up another boundary for GENO. This is good batting. The batsman also makes certain adjustments to get to the ball, get a hold of that shot. And that's what Aryan did. He missed the last delivery, but this time he picked his spot and deposited the ball in that region in the long off area for another boundary, and that takes GENO's total to 42 for the loss of 1 wicket. So this is the last delivery of the power play. Dot ball, and the score stays on 42 for 1 at the end of 6 overs. Seven runs per over. That's the current run rate for GENO Sports Club. Aryan Narvekar is batting on 22. Gavrish Kamri is on 7. Gavrish is also capable of playing some beautiful shots. He's on strike here of the bowling of Azim Kazi. Azim Kazi is bowling in good areas that has not allowed any freedom to GENO batters, and runs coming in singles now. 5 runs off that over by Gymkhana, and the score moves on to 47 for 1 at the end of 7 overs. So with field now spread out, the batters get a lot of areas inside the circle to get singles off, and GENO batters have done just that. Whenever possible, they have scampered for a run. And now it's the time to accumulate runs. And of course, when they get loose balls, they have to put them away. Another spinner now being introduced in the attack. It's Vikas Singh from the road end. Vikas Singh bowls left arm orthodox, and he is also good with his off spin. Quite a versatile player, an all-rounder. T-20 is the format where a player benefits if he has a lot of skills. So more the skills, more useful is the player. Oh, wanted to go big, Gaurish Kamri there, but misses the ball completely. Plays watchfully and runs for a single. That's 50 up for GENO in the 8th over. Shot. That's a wonderful shot. It's a sixer by Aryan Narvikar. Malik Shirur is in operation from the river end. Dot delivery. Very experienced Malik Shirur. Wide, signaled by the umpire. Four runs. It's been a good progress for GENO. That's a good catch right at the edge of the boundary. The fielder there did really well to keep his balance. And that's the second wicket down for GENO Sports Club. Yes, it's Harshad Gadekar who took this catch, and Gaurish Kamri is the wicket going down for GENO Sports Club. Deepak Khatri is the new batter who's come in, a tall cricketer, an all-rounder, and GENO will be expecting Deepak comes good today again. Right now it is Aryan Narvikar who is on strike. Aryan is batting on 29 and GENO are 61 for 2 in 8.5 overs. A single to end the over, and that takes the score to 62 for 2 at the end of 9 overs. Vikas Singh to start his second over, and he gets one to go. Missed the stump very narrowly. Aryan wanting to play a back foot stroke and not getting it right there. Deepak Khatri to face Vikas Singh. Off the mark with the single there is Deepak. This is now a period for GENO to consolidate. And that is a fine shot. It's the maximum. Aryan Narvikar getting the ball right in its slot to hit it long and over the long on boundary. GENO Sports Club will need many more of such shots to put up a very big score. DEMPO Cricket Club is known to have a very formidable team here. Very watchful there, Deepak Khatri. A bit risky there, but the ball lands in no man's land, so that was safe for Deepak, who looks like he's setting up to go long. Yesterday in the match against Salgaonkar Cricket Club, Deepak Khatri was the top scorer for GENO. He scored 35 runs of 22 deliveries, hitting 3 boundaries and a big sixer, with the strike rate of 159. They have good stroke players like Samar Dubashi and Mohit Redkar yet to come. At the halfway mark, GENO Sports Club are 73 for the loss of 2 wickets. Aryan Narvikar is batting on 38, and here is on strike to Malik Shirur. Terrific shot there, beautifully executed sweep shot. Aryan, the opener for GENO, he is looking good. He is there with his eye in and now playing his shots. He has so far struck. He has so far struck 4 boundaries and 2 sixers as well. That's good to see. He's not just focusing on trying to go big, but he is alert to available areas where he can just dab and take a run. That brings Deepak Khatri on strike. Malik Saab Shirur off spinner bowling to Deepak Khatri. When there is a little bit of width available to the batsman, it allows them the room to free their arms and cut the ball. And that was what Deepak did and found a couple of runs. This is the 11th over in progress. This time there was no single there because the fielder moved in quickly to prevent any run being taken. DEMPO have been generally very good in the field so far. Good delivery and the batter couldn't do much about it. Malik Shirur is bowling at a line outside the off stump. This time slightly pitched fuller and Deepak strokes it well, but the fielder on the boundary makes his ground very easily to cut off any more run than just a single. That brings to the end the 11th over, and GENO Sports Club have taken their total to 81, loss of 2 wickets. So 9 overs remaining here. With 8 wickets in hand, GENO Sports Club have a foundation now to go big. It remains to be seen what the strategy would be. 2 batters with their eye in at the crease now. DEMPO operating with spin at both ends. Vikas Singh to continue now from the road end. Vikas Singh's first 2 overs have resulted in 20 runs. Gentle breeze now blowing across the ground here at PANJIM Gymkhana. This is BANDODKAR League T20 organized by PANJIM Gymkhana in progress now. Aryan Narvekar gets hold of this shot and it's beautifully hit. Goes a long way outside the mid-wicket boundary for a sixer. That's his 3rd sixer of the morning. Brilliant hit, and he closes on his half century here. The 1 run required by Aryan to get to his 50. He's on 49 of 31 deliveries now. Oh, that's gone down. That was a catch. Should have been taken. The ball was dipping, But at this level, such catches need to be taken. But that allows Aryan to complete his half century. The batter is running casually for that single, and move on to 90 for 2 with the last delivery of the 12th over coming up. Aryan wanted to play the slog sweep, but just a single, that is what he gets on for that effort of his, and it's the end of 12 overs and 91 for 2. Malik Shirur has been bowling well, also picked a wicket and conceded 13 of his first 2 overs. The partnership between Aryan Narvekar and Deepak Khatri is now worth 31 runs of 20 deliveries. There goes Deepak. That's a magnificent sixer over the covers boundary. It was easy pickings for the tall Deepak to reach to the pitch of the delivery and take it above the fielder on the extra cover boundary. GENO move on to 98 for the loss of 2 wickets, and this is the 13th over in progress. 99 for 2, GENO Sports Club, batting first. And that's the 100 up for GENO in 12.4 overs. Aryan Narvikar batting on 53. Deepak Khatri on 15. On strike now. Oh, Malik Shirur gets back to bowl out Deepak Khatri. A very good delivery there, but Deepak was playing back and missed the ball completely to be bowled out on 15. That's the third wicket down for GENO Sports Club at a total of 100 in the 13th over. Mohit Redkar is the new batter now going to join Aryan Narvikar in the middle. "43 legal deliveries remain. What could be the total that would be in the mind of GENO camp?" If they continue to score at the current run rate, they would get to 150. And that would be a decent total to get. Last delivery of the 13th over coming up. Good end to the over by Malik Shirur after having been hit for a sixer by Deepak. He got his man and then gets the dot ball to end the 13th over. It's 100 for 3 for GENO Sports Club. Mid-pitch conference going on for DEMPOs. What is the strategy being discussed? Are they executing their plans to perfection there? It's crucial stage of the match with 7 overs remaining. And it's Harshad Gadekar, the experienced campaigner, who's being brought into the attack here from the road end. He had bowled his first spell from the river end. In his first 2 overs, he went on for 19 runs. This will be a very interesting contest between the bat and the ball. Harshad Gadekar with the ball, and facing him is the set batter Aryan Narvikar, who is playing on 53 of 35 balls. He has hit a lovely 3 sixers and 4 boundaries so far. The new batter is at the non-striker's end and is Ankit Chaudhary, who's yet to open his account. It's down the leg side and the ball deflects off the pad for a couple of leg byes addition to the total. It's getting hotter by the minute here at the PANJIM Gymkhana ground, the peak of the summer season and the contest as well now. Getting into the crucial phase. GENO Sports Club have to win this match to stay in the competition. While for DEMPO Cricket Club, this is their first match of the BANDODKAR T-20 League. And they would look to get off to a good start, as is the case every time for any team. Once again, the ball is down the leg side and another leg bye. Bowler not looking happy, and the batter as well not getting his shot right, and so the result has been leg byes. 3 runs from 3 deliveries of this over so far. Ah. 6 runs off the over bowled by Harshad. 3 leg byes and 3 runs off the bat. Malik Shirur continues from the river and he has bowled 3 overs so far, picking up 2 wickets for 23 runs. Ankit Chaudhary, the outstation player, he has been quite watchful so far, taking his time. Another single to his account. That brings left-hander Aryan Narvekar on strike. GENO batters haven't been able to find the boundary for some time now. That is resulted in slight drop in their current run rate. This is good period for the DEMPO bowlers. They are slowly getting on top of the situation right now. They will be happy to keep the scoring down to just ones and twos. It's a bye. The reverse shot not coming off there for Ankit. Oh, that was a half tracker and should have been dealt with very, very aggressively, but that's a dot ball for Malik Shirur and for DEMPO. Another good over for DEMPO, just 3 runs of it. And the score for GENO Sports Club moves on to 109 for 3 in 15 overs. 5 overs to go. This match is now awaiting some fireworks, as is the case in the death overs. With 7 wickets in hand, when will GENO launch the final flourish? The fans watching here at the Gymkhana and on YouTube from wherever they are, they will be wondering what's in store. Malik Shirur has completed his spell of 4 overs, quota of 4 overs, picking up 2 wickets and giving 25 runs. Azim Kazi is now pressed into the attack from the road end in change in bowling there. He has bowled 2 overs for 13 runs so far. Another single here for Ankit Chaudhary. This is now becoming a very intriguing contest with this crucial phase of the last 5 overs now beginning. 110 for 3, GENO Sports Club. This is a must-win game for the GENO boys. GENO are the holders of the Goa Premier League title. Aryan tries to go big but didn't get it into the sweet spot of the bat, and as a result it's just a single down the ground. Time since last boundary is now more than 2 overs for GENO Sports Club. The formula to succeed in T20. That's safe. The ball lands safely in the no man's land. Just a single, but on the overthrow, GENO tried to sneak in, steal a single, and they have paid the price for it. Aryan Narvekar is run out. This is the 4th wicket down for GENO. Aryan scored 56 runs of 42 deliveries with 3 sixers and 4 boundaries. GENO Sports Club are now 112 for 4. So coming back to the point that the ideal formula for T20 success is the fine balance between aggression and caution. The team that strategizes well and launches the acceleration assault at the right time always manage to put up a daunting total. What has GENO Sports Club planned? We will be watching that now as 4.5 overs still remain. Captain Samar Dubashi is out there as new batsman, coming in at the fall of Aryan Narvekar, who was run out. At the end of 16 overs, GENO Sports Club are 115 for the loss of 4 wickets. GENO Sports Club have lost wickets at regular intervals, and the highest partnership has been for the 3rd wicket so far, and that's 39 runs between Deepak Khatri and Aryan Narvekar. Now on strike is Ankit Chaudhary. And there's change in bowling from the river end. It's Divyang Hinganekar, the left arm pacer, who has been very good so far. In his first 2 overs, he picked up 1 wicket and has given away just 6 runs. Just a single. It's 117 for 4 is the score right now in 16.3 overs. GENO Sports Club's current run rate is 7.09. Divyang is varying his length and holding a good line. Is just giving runs. Batsman finding only singles of his bowling so far. Just 3 runs from the over so far, and 2 deliveries remain. Summer on strike. Another bye added to the total. What is important is to rotate the strike, and GENO batters are doing that. But they are trying hard to go big, and when it's not possible, they have been alert to picking up singles. Wide signal by umpire Santosh Govekar. Just the 3rd wide of the day. Uppish drive in the covers area, but the boundaries are well covered by DEMPO. And just a single to end the over. Five runs coming off that over by Divyang, and the total moves on to 121 for 4 in 17 overs. 18 legal deliveries remaining. Ankit Chaudhary, who is on strike now, he is on 9 of 13 deliveries and has not yet hit a boundary or sixer. Samar Dubashi at the non-strikers end is batting on 2 of 4 deliveries. This is going to be the 18th over and Azim Qazi's 4th and final over. And he's got his man. Ankit Chaudhary has to depart, being castled by Azim Qazi. Wanted to play the slog sweep, but did not get any part of his bat on the ball, and the bowler hits when the batsman misses. 5 wickets down for GENO. It's 121 at the end, in the 18th over rather, with 5 deliveries yet to come. Mohit Redkar straight away off the mark with the couple, and it charges down to Azim Kazi and lofts him high. Valiant effort there by the fielder. He had to cover a lot of ground and went for a diving effort. But that's a very difficult chance. Good attempt by the DEMPO fielder. But in the meanwhile, Mohit sneaked in a single. Score moves on to 124 for 5 in 17.3 overs. That could have been a very risky run, but little lack of understanding there between the batters, and luckily Summer could get back to his crease in time. Oh, that's gone. It's a stumping. Keenan was there behind the wickets. Does a very good job. A very experienced wicketkeeper, Keenan. And he has stumped his counterpart. Samar Dubashi is to make the walk back to the pavilion. Stumped Keenan was, bowled Azim Kazi for 2 runs. So GENO have now lost their 6th wicket. (124 for 6). GENO Sports Club batting first after being put into bat by DEMPO Cricket Club. This is a must-win game for GENO Sports Club. With 17.5 overs bowled, GENO are 124 runs at the run rate of 6.95. This is the last delivery of this over. Azim Kazi has been very economical and has also picked 2 wickets. Another stump. The batters are just not being able to play their shots properly, as Azim Kazi have got them under his spell. The spinner is getting the ball to turn, and that's the end of his quota of overs. In fact, 3 for 22 of his 4. And it's Pradnesh now, the man who departs from the scene without troubling the scorers. It's the first ball duck for Pradnesh. So GENO are 124 for 7 now in 18 overs. Atul Yadav is the new batter walking in. He will join with Mohit Redkar there. Mohit is unbeaten on 3 of 2 deliveries. 12 legal deliveries to come down from DEMPO Cricket Club, and it's going to be Divyang Hinganekar to bowl from the river end. This is his last over of the allotted 4 overs for the bowlers. He has bowled well so far in 3 overs, giving 11 runs and taking a wicket. So it's Mohit Redkar against Divyang Hinganekar. Wide delivery, and that results in a addition of 1 run to the total. Every run is welcome for GENO Sports Club right now. They have lost last 4 wickets in the space of 24 runs. Well hit by Mohit, and a misfield there on the boundary, but the fielder recovers in time to prevent it going from 4. It's 2 runs to the total. Mohit moves on to 5, and the total moves on to 127. Divyang is finding the right areas to pitch, and that's how the batter has not been, any batter has not been able to go after Divyang. He has the most economical bowling figures in this match so far. It's gone. Mohit tries to go aerial, and his effort has not been good enough. He has been caught down the long off region. Malik Saab Shirur was the fielder who took that catch. So that's the 8th wicket down for GENO in the form of Mohit Redkar at the total of 127 for 8. That's what the total right now, with 18.3 overs gone. It's also the 2nd wicket for Divyang Hinganekar. Atul Yadav is the man on strike. Oh, could not get into the right position to play that shot and suffered a body blow. But that's what cricket is all about. You have to be brave to play your shots and face the challenge. an extra leg by, and the score moves on to 128 for 8. GENO's inning had a good platform, but the acceleration has been missing so far in the final few overs. Credit to DEMPO bowlers who have really been able to bowl in the right areas and apply breaks on the scoring of GENO Sports Club. Rutvik Naik is the new batter in. He will be on. He's on the non-strikers end. Atul Yadav is now on strike. Comfortable 2 there for Atul and GENO, taking the total to 131 for 8 at the end of 19 overs. Divyang Hinganekar finishes his quota of overs with very good figures of 2 for 18 runs of his 4 overs. It's now going to be Harshad Gadekar to bowl the final over of this inning. His first 3 overs have gone for 22 runs. Strike is Rutvik Naik. That's a good length to bowl in the death overs. Yorker length. Full deliveries. Depends on the situation as well. But most of the time bowlers try to get in their Yorker length right. It becomes very difficult to play a big shot of such deliveries. If the bowlers get it right, of course. This time Rutvik manages to get a single. The score moves on to 132 for 8. Dot ball. What every team looks for in the final over is the run of every ball. If not a boundary or a sixer, then at least a single. That's what Rutvik must be telling Atul, that at least let's get a run. Every run counts in T20s, which are very thrilling affairs more often than not. This time a nice drive by Atul Yadav in the long on region, and 2 runs for them, for GENOs and Atul. Good running between the wickets there. $134 for 8 is the total now. 2 deliveries to go in this final over of the inning. Shot, but doesn't reach the boundary. So it's been a very long time since they hit a boundary. And this is now the final delivery of the inning. Rutvik Naik is on strike. Strong lad. He has the power and the reach. Can he get it right? He's facing a very experienced campaigner in Harshad Gadekar, and this is the final over of the inning. There you go. Rutvik has really packed a punch, but the ball hasn't got enough in it to reach the boundary. It's good fielding, good throw by Jayahuja. The 2 runs it is on the final delivery, and that takes the total to 138 for 8. That's the end of the inning for GENO. So 139 will be the target for DEMPO Cricket Club. So GENO, who had reached the 100-run mark in the 13th over, have only managed to gather 38 runs after that in the 7 overs, in the last 7 overs, as they lost wickets at regular intervals. The acceleration was missing, as no batter could get his eye in there and stitch a influential partnership. The only partnership of any note was for the 3rd wicket between Aryan Narvekar and Deepak Khatri, and that partnership was of 39 runs. Good effort by the DEMPO bowlers. The most economical was Divyang Hinganekar, giving 18 runs off his 4 wickets, but the highest wicket taker was Azim Qazi with his left arm orthodox spin, with 3 wickets of giving away 22 runs. Malik Shirur with his off spin picked up 2 wickets, giving away 25 runs. Overall, DEMPO Cricket Club will be pleased with their effort in the field and in bowling, as having won the toss, they had decided to field first. So we will be back on air in 10 minutes for the change of innings, and it will be DEMPO Cricket Club to begin their chase soon. Welcome back. This is the BANDODKAR League T20 cricket tournament organized by PANJIM Gymkhana. This is the second day and we are in the middle of the clash between DEMPO Cricket Club and GENO Sports Club. It's a must-win game for GENO Sports Club, who put into bat have scored 138 for 8 in the allotted 20 overs. Aryan Narvekar was the top scorer with 57 runs of 43 deliveries, with 3 sixers and 4 boundaries in his knock. But rest of the batters did not get it big and there were few starts. Deepak Khatri made 15, Gaurish Kamri made 18, Shivama Monkar got into double digits and was out for 12. But rest of the inning did not come off well, especially the lower middle order. And GENO, who were 100 for 3 in 12.5 overs, could only add 38 runs in the remaining 7.1 overs and lost 5 wickets to add to the top 3. So in all, that was an inning that missed the final acceleration, and DEMPO have the target of 139 runs to win this match and get off to a winning start. GENO Sports Club, on the other hand, this is their second match of the competition. They had gone down to Salgaonkar Cricket Club by 7 wickets in the opener yesterday here at the PANJIM Gymkhana ground. GENO will have to come up with a very special effort in the field now, and that will be crucial and what will be required, because DEMPO Cricket Club have a strong team and they were the runners-up in the Goa Premier League, where GENO Sports Club were the champions. That was the 3 days competition played with the red ball, and here now is a different challenge, different format, T20 cricket with white ball. So it looks like Mohit Redkar will open with the new ball, the off spinner with an ability to pick up wickets. He has the ball in hand, and yes, it's going to be Mohit Redkar to open the proceedings from the road end, and to face him Manish Kakode is at the non-striker's end, and Captain Snehal Kauthankar is the striker, the captain of Goa Ranji team as well. A very reliable, dependable and a classy batter, Snehal Kauthankar, is on strike. 139 is what DEMPO need. Mohit Redkar there varying his length, and Manish Kakode on strike, under 19 Goa player. He has taken aerial route and cleared the boundary with ease. First boundary for DEMPO, and Manish Kakode gets off to the mark with 4 runs to end the over as well. So it's 5 for no loss after the first over for DEMPO Cricket Club. Rutvik Naik is measuring his run-up at the river end. Rutvik Naik was adjudicated the best bowler of the recently concluded Goa Premier League. The strongly built lad has the capability to get the best from the surface, and he has a lot of power to put into his deliveries. So he can make something happen here, and GENO, if they have to make inroads into the DEMPO Cricket Club lineup, they have to make them quite early, because the target that DEMPO are chasing is not massive. It's a decent target, fighting target. In fact, a fighting total by GENO of 138, and DEMPO have begun their chase with 5 runs in the first over. This is the second over of the match of DEMPO's inning. Rutvik to Snehal. This is the contest to look forward to. The best bowler against one of the best in batting in Goa. Another run in the third man region. DEMPO move up to 8 for no loss in 1.3 overs. DEMPO Cricket Club do not need to take risks, big risks as such, and can have safe strategy to start with. Oh, beaten fair and square there. Manish Kakode. Looks like the ball moved off the wicket, and Manish was beaten all ends up. That's the quality of Ritwik Naik's bowling. This time Manich puts a lot of bat on that delivery and guides it to the boundary, the fine third man, square third man region, and gets really important runs under his belt. He will grow in confidence now. This is his second boundary. The score moves up to 12. Has that got the age? Yes, it looks. GENO are celebrating, and that's the fall of first wicket for DEMPO. Manish Kakore is out, trying to guide the ball through the slips region, and not enough bat on the ball, so it was a catch. Well taken. Manish goes for 8 and DEMPO are 12 for 1. At the end of 2 overs, DEMPO Cricket Club are 12 for 1. The first wicket came of the last ball of the last over, where Manish Kakore was caught by wicketkeeper Samar Dubashi off the bowling of Ritwik Naik for 8 runs. Jay Ahuja is the new batter, joining Snehal Kautankar in the centre, but he is at the non-strikers end now. And there's change in bowling here from the road end. It's going to be Deepak Khatri to begin his pursuit of wickets for GENO, whereas Snehal Kautankar is getting ready to face at the strikers end. Single there for Snehal Kautankar. He has been watchful and trying to get his eye in. That's what more players do when the target is in the region of 100 and inside 140, and that is ideal way to go. But if the target is more in excess of 175, then most players also go attacking from the word go. But this is a different situation. Jai Ahuja takes a single to open his account, and the total for DEMPO moves up to 14 for the loss of 1 wicket. This is the 3rd over in progress. Two runs there. An uppy shot, but safe in the power play by Snehal Kautankar. Moves on to 7. Not getting it right. He looks at the bottom of the bat here. When the ball hits that part of the bat, you can have the jarring effect. And the ball as well doesn't travel much when the connection is not sweet enough. So he's trying to play some forcing shots now. Here we go, uppercut played to perfection. And a boundary there for Snehal and DEMPO. That was also the last delivery of Deepak Khatri's over. So 8 runs coming off that over takes DEMPO's total to 20 for 1 at the end of 3 overs. Strike bowler Ritwik Naik continues from the river end. This is important for GENO. They need to target wickets and get the best bowlers, get them going right at the start of this inning. And that's what they have done. Ritwik will bowl his 2nd over and the 4th over of this inning. Jai Ahuja is the striker for DEMPO Cricket Club. So the situation warrants cricket with common sense. That's beaten Jai Ahuja. The ball is capped a bit low. The ball really moved well and Jai Ahuja was totally beaten there. Off the wicket, there's movement for Ritwik. This time the ball again beats the edge. Rutvik is bending his back now. That was a very quick delivery. Jayahuja didn't have much control or wasn't close enough to the ball to guide it in the third man region. So 2 dot deliveries to start the fourth over by Rutvik. A single now for Jayahuja in the gully region. There was slight misfield by the fielder, but DEMPO batters didn't take the risk of going for the second run. That brings Snehal Kauthankar on strike. For a moment, it looked like 2 were on offer there, but Snehal decides against that. It was played with soft hands, and the fielders are deep. The fielder is deep in the mid-wicket region. Bowler himself had to go for that and cut the second run off. End of the fourth over. 4 runs coming off that over bowled by Ritvik Naik, and DEMPO Cricket Club move on to 24 for 1. They require 115 runs from the remaining 16 overs. Amulya Pandrekar, the experienced Ranji Trophy left arm spinner, is now coming on to the attack from the road end. So GENO have now brought in third different bowler from this end. Started with off spinner Mohit Redkar. The third over was bowled by pacer Deepak Khatri, and now it's back to spin with Amulya coming on with his left arm orthodox deliveries from the road end. Snehal Kauthankar, his Ranji Trophy captain, is on strike. Short delivery gives the time and room for Snehal to get back on the back foot and play it uppishly in the point region. but it's just results in couple of runs. Not enough power in the shot to take it all the way to the boundary. Nicely played sweep there, but good fielding effort by GENO fielder to prevent it going from the boundary and restricts it to just a single. That brings Jai Ahuja on strike now. Oh, that is probably a bad bounce, or the ball spinning past the fielder and a boundary. Well, the shot was good, but it should have been stopped. And that results in a boundary for Jai as well as DEMPO. The total moves on to 31 for the loss of 1 wicket. This is the 5th over in progress. End of the 5th over, and it's 34 for 1. 10 runs off that Amulya Pandrekar over. Snehal Kautankar is batting on 17 and Jai Ahuja is on 9. DEMPO are in pursuit of GENO Sports Club's total of 138. Deepak Khatri, change in end for him. It's been slightly overcast now for some time. Will it help the pacer? It remains to be seen now. This is the final over of the power play. And DEMPO are 34 for 1. Jai Ahuja has not been able to take runs of a few deliveries bowled in that line, and so Snehal having a bit of conversation with his partner there. And it's got it now. That's a boundary. Full delivery, and he guides it through the third man region. That takes Jayahuja's total to 13. It was a misfield as well by the fielder in the gully area for GENO. So probably two misfields have cost GENO a couple of boundaries now. Two costly mistakes, one can safely say, in the field, because every run stopped would be vital for GENO's cause, as they don't have a massive total on board. $39 for 1. DEMPOs in 5.4 overs. Snehal plays the on drive and gets just a single for that effort and takes the total to 40. Final delivery of the power play remains. Jaya Ahuja is on strike of the bowling of Deepak Khatri. Tempted bouncer, and Jay could manage to get it away for a single backward square leg area. So it's 41 for 1 at the end of 6 overs. DEMPO require 98 runs in the remaining 14 overs. Mulia continues from the road end. Left arm orthodox spinner. They have to do something and keep picking wickets if they have to get a foothold in this inning. Good flight there. Mulia not afraid of tossing it up and tempting the batter, but Jahuja plays it watchfully. A lot of gaps in the field now as the restrictions are off and the DEMPOs can target easy singles there. But for GENO, they have to try and take wickets. The only way it looks like they can win this game is by picking regular wickets. So they need more men in catching positions if they think that is the right strategy. There goes Snehal and coming down the track. Beautiful hit there for boundary in the long on region. Well played shot. Long off region, beg your pardon. Off drive, played in the copybook style. It's a beautiful treat to watch when a batsman gets on song. Once again here, uses his feet well. This time on the leg side in the long on area for a boundary. 2 consecutive fours for Snehal and DEMPO. It's 52 for 1 at the end of 7 overs. "11 runs came off that over by Mulia. So DEMPO required 87 runs of 78 deliveries to win this game. GENO Sports Club, in a must-win situation, will have to do something to make every run difficult to get for DEMPOs, and that's how they can try and keep it tight. Otherwise, the DEMPO batters have now got on the top of the game. Pradnesh Kaukar, a very promising pacer, is now going to bowl from the river end. Of the bit of what I've watched of Pradnesh during the Goa Premier League, he has looked really impressive. A good talent coming up in the fast bowling ranks for Goan cricket. A teenager, Pradnesh is part of the Goa under-19 setup. Oh, that was close. Some part of the bat on the ball though. The ball nipped in and Harid Snehal went over the leg stump. Good delivery by Pradnesh. This time Pradnesh tries a short delivery and Snehal was ready with this half pull shot just for a single. Didn't go with it full throttle though. And the total moves on to 58 for 1. This is the 8th over in progress. Wide delivery, straying down the leg side, trying to put in more effort in his pace, but the line is disturbed. So that's a wide, in addition to DEMPO total. Move on to 60 for 1. It's the end of 8th over, 61 for 1. Like for like replacement from the road end is Ankit Chaudhary, outstation player, left arm spinner. Is replacing Amulya Pandrekar, who was expensive in his first 2 overs, giving away 21 runs. So this is going to be the 9th over of the inning, and DEMPO are comfortably placed on 61 for 1. For GENO, they will be hoping that they get another breakthrough as soon as possible. Oh, is that a chance that has gone down? Jai Ahuja there playing an uppish shot, just a nudge. And it looks like the ball landed just short of that fielder in the gully region. That was streaky, and Jai Ahuja was lucky that it didn't get up to the fielder there. Once again trying to play a late back foot shot, but this time Ankit gets the ball to turn away and beat the batter Jai. Oh, that's a run out. This came out of the blue. And it's the big wicket here. The danger man, Snehal Kautankar, the man well said, he's gone for 31. It was his call, and I thought it would be comfortably making it, but then good fielding by GENO fielder and a direct hit. Well done, moment of brilliance in the field now for GENO, and this has resulted in the crucial wicket of Snehal Kautankar. It's run out Pradnesh Gaukar. Good effort in the field by the young bowler. And DEMPO are 64 for 2 in 9 overs. Azim Kazi is a new man in. So that wicket of the last ball of the last inning, the run out has brought in Azim Kazi, replacing Snehal Kautankar, who was out for 31. So it's now Mohit Redkar being brought into the attack from the river end. Pradnesh Gaukar bowled just 1 over from that end. And this is now GENO trying to mix it up with pace and spin. So it's now a situation which is different in a sense. The new batter there, but on strike right now is Jai Ahuja, who's batting on 20. Azim Kazi had earlier bowled a very good spell, picking up 3 wickets for 22 with his left arm orthodox spin, and now he's having a job to do with the bat, facing Mohit Redkar. Big appeal and gone. Umpire Santosh Kovekar raises his finger. That's another quick wicket. Mohit Redkar traps the man in front of the wickets. And it's 3 wickets down now for DEMPO Cricket Club in the 10th over. There you go. It doesn't take too long for situations to change in T20 cricket. GENO Sports Club are surely getting a foothold in the match now. Azim Qazi, LBW bowled Mohit Tredkar out on the first ball that he faced, and that's a golden duck for Azim. So Keenan, the experienced wicketkeeper, is now out there and joins Jayahuja. Keenan Waz has a big reputation of being a very aggressive, attack-minded batter, the wicketkeeper batsman, Ranji Trophy player. So DEMPO Cricket Club fans will be hoping that the batting duo out there consolidate the inning and steady the ship, which has suddenly encountered rough weather in this peak summer on a relatively bright day at PANJIM Gymkhana ground. There will be spring in the step now for the GENO fielders, especially Mohit Tredkar also orchestrating changes in the field. He will be full of confidence now that he has picked up a wicket. He was the highest wicket taker in the just concluded Goa Premier League 3 days tournament. Keenan Waz gets off the mark straight away. Tight single there. He is very quick running between the wickets. The fall of wickets is as follows. Manish Kakode was the first man to go when the total was 16. Well, when the total was 12, I'm sorry. Then it was a partnership of 52 runs. 52 runs between Snehal and Jayahuja before Snehal Kautankar was run out at the total of 64. And immediately on the addition of just one run, Azim Qazi was the batsman to be dismissed when the total of 65 was on the board. So DEMPO have lost a couple of wickets very quickly. So at the end of the 10th over, DEMPO Cricket Club are 67 for 3. They need 72 runs in 60 balls with 7 wickets in hand. Ankit wanted that run to be prevented. But the DEMPO running between the wicket now has been very quick. Jay and especially Keenan is very good sprinting between the wickets. Leading edge, and for a moment Keenan would have thought, would have had his heart in his mouth, but that chance didn't go to any men and it was landing in between the fielders. So a single taken there. This is good batting by DEMPOs. They need to do this more and keep the risk to a minimum if they have to consolidate the damage that has been inflicted by GENO by picking 2 quick wickets. They have all the experience there in the form of Keenan, and along with Jay they can rebuild their chase. But for GENO they have to keep trying. GENO have to keep trying to pick wickets at regular intervals, and it looks like that is the way they can get this must win under their belt. So it's very balanced right now. This pendulum is swinging now. A few overs back it looked like DEMPO were in total control, but then 2 quick wickets have brought the pendulum in a neutral position, and in the next few overs it could be swinging either team's way. So at the end of 11 overs, DEMPO Cricket Club are 73 for 3. They're going at 6.64 overs per over run rate. Mohit Redkar will continue from the river end. His last over was good, just gave 1 run and picked a wicket in that over. GENO fielders are looking sharp now, and the one moment of brilliance in the field has had the desired effect, and that's what happens in cricket. It's all about inspiration. That run out affected by Pratnesh Kaukar has now lifted the spirits of GENO fielders, and they are looking sharper than what they were at the start of this inning. Oh, that could be a problem for DEMPO, and yes it is. Another misunderstanding in the running between the wicket area, and there goes Keenan Vaz. He's run out. He's not happy, and that's what happens That doubt crept in the minds of the batter after the earlier run out of Snehal Kautankar, and once again another run out, more of dismissal here, taking away. Experienced batter Keenan was making his way to the pavilion. That is a big blow, and fourth wicket down for DEMPO Cricket Club. This is now getting into an area where the match becomes a very tight contest. Divyang Hinganekar is the new man in, the outstation player who bowled really well earlier, left arm pacer, who bowled with a lot of pace and with good line and length, and took 2 wickets, giving away 18 runs in the quota of 4 overs. So he is now out there with the bat in his hand. Jai Ahuja is on strike, and Mohit Redkar, he has got into the groove with his off spin. The tide is changing. But DEMPO Cricket Club are known for their character. They will dig deep. They always try to. And here is Divyang. Nice shot by Divyang through the gap between the short third man and the gully. It's a very, very important 4 runs for DEMPO. Divyang Hinganekar opens his account with this nicely played back foot shot, a late cut, and that brings him boundary and helps in breaking the shackles a bit. So this boundary has come after some time for DEMPO, and now they need 60 runs of the remaining 8 overs. 79 for 4 is what DEMPO have so far put on the board. Ankit Chaudhary will continue from the road end. Jai Ahuja will face him. He's unbeaten on 25 of 32 deliveries. A single taken, and that gets Divyang on strike. What will he try to do here? Is the outstation professional one of them in the DEMPO ranks? The other is Azim Qazi, who was dismissed without having opened his account. Divyang started with a beautiful boundary, late cut. Here he goes to drive in the square point boundary region. Just a single. The running between the wickets has to be better for DEMPO. The batters have to forge a quick understanding. Two run-outs so far in this DEMPO inning. Oh, that's a fine shot in the third man region that goes for a boundary. Was that an edge or a deliberately played shot? It looked, oh, that's so unfortunate on the bowler because it was a bottom edge that beat the keeper as well as the deep fielder. But for DEMPO, anyhow the runs come, they are most welcome. Takes the total to 85 for 4. Divyang was looking for the second run there, but Jaya Huja was in no mood to listen to that. And if you're not sure, don't take the run. That's what thumb rule is. And the calling and understanding needs to be perfect. Tries to go for a flashy drive and misses the ball completely. Luckily, the ball is not in the line of the wicket and Hinganekar survives to fight another day. That's how it is in cricket. If the batsman misses, the bowler should hit, and that's only possible when the bowler gets the line corresponding to the stumps. End of over number 13, and DEMPO Cricket Club are 87 for the loss of 4 wickets. 52 runs required of 42 balls, and DEMPO Cricket Club have 6 wickets in hand. DEMPO have a lot of depth in their lineup, and even number 10 batsman Vikas Singh have the ability to bat. Malik Shirur is also capable of using the long handle to very good effect. We've seen a lot of lusty hits by Malik Shirur in the past. So DEMPO have the depth. Can GENO come up with something very special to run through their batting lineup? Amulya Pandrekar has been brought on from the river end. Jai Ahuja facing Amulya. Single of every delivery. There's one dot ball and 4 runs have come off 3 balls. So it's 4 of 4 now of this over. So that would do fine for DEMPO. 1s and 2s. That's what they need. 6 of the over so far. Last ball of this over coming up. So that's 7 from this Amulya Pandrekar over, and the score moves up to 94 for 4 at the end of 14 overs. Deepak Khatri getting the wicket of Divyang Hinganekar here. This is the 5th wicket to go down. Caught by Ankit Chaudhary. DEMPO are 94 for 5 now in 14.1 overs. Divyang Hinganekar scored 12 runs. And that's the end of his inning. DEMPO need 45 runs in 35 deliveries. The new man is Yogesh Kauthankar. This is very crucial breakthrough here. Deepak Khatri getting the wicket of his first delivery of the third over. And that's Yogesh Kautankar who's on strike now. Jay Ahuja on strike. Once again, a very, very tight single there for DEMPO. Yogesh Kautankar is safely reached his crease. .44 required of 34 balls. Now with new man Yogesh Kautankar at the crease. Deepak Khatri will be looking to get the new man to take some deliveries to get his eye in, and that's what Genos are looking for, maximum dot deliveries, if not wickets. But for DEMPO, they need some cool minds out there now. Good confident stroke by Yogesh, but finds the fielder and there's no run. Ankit Chaudhary is a very big presence in the covers region. He has taken the catch to dismiss the last wicket to fall, Divyang, and he's there. Yogesh goes down the leg region and connects it. Not exactly where he intended to hit the ball, but still he gets a single in the mid-on region. Jay Ahuja is the senior partner there for Yogesh. Jay is on 33 of 37 deliveries. Once again, the cover fielder is the wall that prevents the ball from getting to the boundary or beyond him, and Ankit Chaudhary. The runs are becoming hard to come by. By the ball, an equation is 43 runs now required in 31 deliveries. Just a single to Jay and DEMPO to end the 15th over. It's 97 for 5. Mulia to continue from the other end. And here goes Jay. But finds the fielder, just a single. But DEMPOs are going at a very sedate pace with just ones and twos. Most of the time it's ones coming. Singles, runs are coming in singles for the last 1.5 over or so. There Yogesh goes, gives a charge to the bowler and lofts it in the backward point area. a couple of runs to his total of DEMPO. Although they don't need to take big risks, but some urgency is required there, otherwise the equation will get bigger, and that also brings 100 up for DEMPO. Oh, that's a goner. Yogesh Kautandkar once again giving a charge and not able to lay any bat on the ball, and is easily stumped there by Samar Dubashi. So it's 6 down now with 100 runs on the board. DEMPO Cricket Club required 39 runs in 27 balls. Amulya Pandrekar is making a good comeback here. He had gone for 21 runs of his first 2 overs. And here he has given away 10 runs in 1.5 overs after that, and also picked up this crucial wicket. So it's experience out there in the form of Amulya for GENO. And the match is getting tighter and tighter for DEMPOs. Vikas Singh is the new man in. Vikas Singh is on strike now. Short delivery, and Vikas Singh hits it powerfully in the mid-wicket region for a very, very important boundary. It has come after a long time. So with that, DEMPO go up to 104 with 35 runs now needed in 26 balls. Just come out in the center and is hitting the ball very beautifully, timing the hits well. He's also a good personality, has leadership qualities, and there he goes. Cool mind is what is required for this match, heading for a tight finish. It looks like it can go deeper, and that DEMPO Cricket Club now 105 for 6 down are trying to make a comeback in the situation and get on top of the game. So that's the end of over number 16. The equation is 33 runs required in 24 balls for DEMPO Cricket Club. Amulya has finished his quota of overs, giving away 37 runs and picking up 1 wicket. Mohit Redkar will now bowl his final over. He has bowled 3 overs so far, picking up a wicket for 13 runs. It's Jai Ahuja facing Mohit Redkar. Nice looking shot there, but it's just a single for Jai and DEMPO. Vikas Singh now comes on the strike. Some changes on the field. They have to get the angles covered, place the right fielders in various positions. Vikas Singh is a stroke maker. He looks to pack a punch whenever he gets set for an attacking stroke. DEMPO need a few of those, if not more. They need 32 runs in 22 balls. Beautifully bowled delivery, was completely beaten. There was turn and there was bounce for Mohit Redkar, and Vikas Singh was beaten all ends up. Nice to see this tussle between the bat and the ball. A leg by there for DEMPO total, and now Jai Ahuja is back on strike. Stepping out and giving Mohit Redkar a charge, but that's a wicket. What a catch by GENO fielder there in the long on region. Jai Ahuja has to go. He made 37 runs. He thought he had a good amount of bat on that, but didn't get enough distance on that lofted shot. Very good catch there by Amulya Pandrikar. That's the 7th wicket down now for DEMPO Cricket Club. 108 for 7 in 16.5 overs. 31 runs required, 19 balls remaining. That's the equation. Malik Shirur is the new batter out there. This match has become intense now. This is a very, very tense finish that is now coming up here at the PANJIM Gymkhana ground. Mohit Redkar has been bowling really well, enticing the batsmen, getting the turn off the pitch. and he has not been afraid to try different things. That's the end of his over, of his quota of overs. That was his final over. So the figures read 4 overs, 14 runs and 2 wickets for Mohit Redkar. (109 for 7 of 17 overs. DEMPO Cricket Club, who had put GENO Sports Club into bat, need 30 runs in 18 balls to win their first game. GENO Sports Club, who are in the must-win situation, are also in the contest, having put out only a fighting total of 138 runs. They have made DEMPO Cricket Club work hard for every run. So it's 18 deliveries that GENO Sports Club have to do their very best to stay in the competition. Otherwise, they crash out. Ritwik Naik has been drafted into the attack now from the river end. The talented pacer had bowled 2 overs in his first spell, giving away 11 runs and picking a wicket. So this will be a very good contest between the bat and the ball. It's Vikas Singh to face Ritwik Naik. Vikas Singh swings his bat in this square leg region and gets the ball away for a single. If not a big shot, every single will be valuable here, as DEMPO Cricket Club need to take the game deeper and deeper, getting closer to the target of 139. Only 3 wickets is what DEMPO Cricket Club are left with in this chase. This is the 3rd match of the BANDODKAR T20 League 2022, organized by PANJIM Gymkhana. Malik Shirur gets off the mark with that single. This is competitive T20 cricket at its best, a tight contest. Yesterday we witnessed a T20 classic between Karimabad Sports Club and Alcon MCC. It was one of the best finishes ever seen in Goan T20 cricket. And now in this match we are also heading for a close finish. Good looking uppy shot there, but doesn't go all the way to the boundary. Nevertheless, 2 runs to the total of DEMPO and Vikas Singh. So I was mentioning about yesterday's classic between Karimabad and Alcon MCC, and Tunish Saukar, who was the hero of the day. What a brilliant unbeaten 99 by the young man. He was in a really blistering mood. hitting 8 sixers in his knock and taking Karimabad to victory. In the meanwhile, the DEMPOs are getting ones and twos here as Rutvik Naik is delivering at his best. He's trying to keep it tight. This is a very hot day out there, and a pacer putting every ounce of his energy into his deliveries. And the batters are trying to get the ball away for runs. This is entertainment. Malik Shirur flashes hard but just gets a single. That's a shot that's played with full blooded, and when it gets good connection, the ball just flies. Freeing the arms and cutting the ball in the offside. It's a very fine shot to watch when it comes off well. So DEMPO now have moved on to 109 for 7. 115 for 7. At the end of the 18th over, DEMPO are 117 for 7. 22 runs now required from 12 deliveries. Vikas Singh is batting on 11. Malik Shirur is on 2. Going to be Deepak Khatri from the road end. What a turnaround has been effected in this inning. The Empors were looking like they were in control when they were 64 for 1, and then they lost Snehal at that total. They were 64 for 2 and then lost wickets at regular intervals. They are down now to 117 for 7 in 18 overs. Vikas Singh and Malik Shirur, the batters out there, need to do the finishing job now for DEMPOs, with 22 needed of 12 balls. So a lot of singles out there on offer as the fielders are naturally protecting the boundaries. So at least every ball needs to be a single, if not more, for DEMPO. For GENOs, it will be the task to cut out the big shots, but also try and prevent the flow of runs for a while. That gets pressure to build up in the minds of the batsmen. So this is now a cat and mouse game. If the batsman decides to go big, they have to pack the full power into the shot. So Deepak Khatri now bowling to Vikas. And it's a full delivery, it's a full toss. It's a good fielding effort there by GENO to prevent the boundary. Left-hander Vikas Singh getting the delivery on the full and hits it straight over the bowler's head. And it's a tremendous fielding effort. Wow! That could have gone all the way for a sixer. The fielder keeps the ball inside the boundary line, diving acrobatically over the boundary rope. Fantastic fielding there. Amulya Pandrekar was the fielder who landed very hard on his shoulder there, getting some help. In the meantime, DEMPO batters are cooling off, having some water. Some message is bound to have come out. What a tremendous fielding effort there. It would have gone for a sixer, but it was just kept down to 2 by that incredible fielding by Amulya Pandrekar. "19 runs required, 10 balls remaining. GENO Sports Club have got this match to get into a very, very tight situation. They didn't have much runs to play with. The total wasn't that intimidating, yet they have somehow seized the crucial moments in the game and have now 10 balls to defend their total. This has largely been a very good fielding effort, barring a couple of fielding misses earlier in the inning and a couple of half chances dropped. But in general, the fielders have inspired this turnaround for GENO so far. Vikas Singh tries to go for a big shot, but the shot doesn't have much power and distance in it and results in a couple of runs in the square leg region. He just made it in the nick of time. If it had been a direct hit, it would have been bye-bye Vikas Singh. But it wasn't, and Vikas survives and also adds a couple of runs to the total. 17 runs now required in 9 deliveries. People are now on the edge of their seat. Oh, is that... Oh no, GENO fielder has dropped it. It looked like the fielder had misjudged to start with and took a few steps in front of him and then had to turn around and readjust. That is very difficult to do at the last moment, and he spills the chance. This could prove costly. Vikas Singh survives, adds a couple more to the total. 15 runs now required in 8 deliveries. Once again, the ball is up in the air. The fielders are charging. Another diving attempt, but the catch has gone down. GENO fielders have been diving around and giving it their everything. Sometimes they stick, sometimes they go down. It's part of the game, but the runs are now crucial. They need to stop the runs, cut out boundaries. Vikas Singh has not been able to get enough power in his shot and get to the distance that is required. So he's been getting couple of runs now in every attempt of his big shot for the last 3 deliveries. And the equation has now come down to 13 runs required of 7 deliveries. Thirteen runs required in 7 balls. Vikas Singh is fighting it out there. Malik Shirur is on the non-striker's end. Deepak Khatri with the ball in his hand. This is the last delivery of the penultimate over. Oh, it's got him inside edge, and that ball hits the off stump, and Vikas Singh is gone. Deepak Khatri gets the man who looked dangerous. So that's the 8th wicket down now for DEMPO. 13 runs now required in the last over. Harshad Gadekar, all-rounder, is now striding into the hub of the action. Harshad has played some lovely innings for Goa in the Ranji Trophy. Very, very capable with the bat, as he is with the ball. A very good all-rounder in Goan cricket. It's the final over of the match here between DEMPO Cricket Club and GENO Sports Club. And it's going to be Ritwik Naik to do the job with the ball for GENO. Malik Shirur is at the striker's end for DEMPO Cricket Club, who need 13 runs of this final over. GENO's fate hangs in the balance here. They need to pull off this victory to stay in the competition. So Malik Shirur to face Ritwik Naik. So full delivery, looked like change in pace for the bowler, and Malik didn't get enough room for a big shot. Nevertheless, a single added to the total gets the equation down to 12 required in 5 balls. This is a thriller, and there are few here who are on the edge of their seats. And a lot of them will be biting their nails as well. There goes Harshad and hits it long, but not long enough to clear the long on fielder and is gone. Deepak Khatri takes a very simple catch. 9 down now for DEMPO. It's the last wicket that is about to come, with 12 runs still needed of 4 balls. Jagdish Patil is walking up to the pitch to join Malik Shirur. And for the GENO camp, Rutvik Naik is got another wicket, his second wicket of the day. This is one of the most exciting match, although not enough runs there to excite the cricket lovers, but the action, the way GENO Sports Club have got back into action after being unable to accelerate in their batting, but their action has been intense in the field. Really good bowling and some wonderful fielding that has kept them in the contest. And now they have to defend 12 runs. They have to defend 11 runs in the 4 deliveries, while the target is for 12 runs required for DEMPO. Nice shot there. Looks like he has timed it well, but that goes again. Once again, the shot goes straight to the fielder and is gone. Malik has been caught and DEMPO Cricket Club are all out for 127. That means it's 11-run victory for GENO Sports Club. What a wonderful effect. What a wonderful effort by GENO Sports Club, who had to win this match to stay in the BANDODKAR T-20 League Cum Knockout competition. And the boys in red have managed to get the game over the boys in blue, the men in blue. This is one of the best matches in terms of the dramatic effect it had, and the GENO camp will be thrilled that the team has tasted success today. As far as DEMPO are concerned, this is really disappointing in a sense that DEMPOs were looking like they were cruising when they were 64 for 1 wicket, and then it became 2, and 65 it became 3, and then that it was like a procession. The DEMPO have lost wickets in a heap, and the side has been bowled out in 19.2 overs. This was DEMPO Cricket Club's first match of the competition, and the one match remaining will be against Sargaonkar Cricket Club, and that will be a huge game for the fate of DEMPO. And if they manage to win that, then there would be 3 teams in the group. The top 2 get into the semi-finals. Well played, GENO Sports Club. The second match today, coming up at 2:05 p.m. is between Alcon MCC and Chaugule Sports Club. It's time to present the man of the match action, man of the match award rather, and we have PANJIM Gymkhana's managing committee member Sarfaraz Sheikh to present the award. And the man of the match is Aryan Narvekar of GENO Sports Club. Aryan played a very good inning of 57 runs of 43 deliveries, and it consisted 3 sixers and 4 runs. Well played, Aryan. Well played, GENO Sports Club. We will be back in action soon in the second match of the day, where Chaugule Sports Club open their campaign and they'll face Alcon MCC, who went down to Karimabad Sports Club yesterday in a very, very high scoring and a close finish, a thriller yesterday. So good luck to both the teams, Chaugule and Alcon MCC, for the next game.